What's good, everyone? Welcome back to, I guess, the final, or as I'm gonna put this on the playlist, first part. Now, this is review and advice when you're gonna play Assassin's Creed Rogue, either the remastered version or the original. Now, I wanted to get the last bit of stuff before this, but I honestly didn't get lucky in that matter. Not for the lack of trying, but more of the lack of really having the time to even go about and do any of this. Because get this done, and just look at it. You just have to be on and play for like so long that I just didn't have the time to do that kind of time. Maybe like a few minutes in here and there, but overall, not really. I think the next one would be the last one. And it's empty. Right. I gathered the last bit last time. Like I said, I wanted to get everything, but there's just some stuff that still haven't been unlocked yet. Like, I still need to get the next mission for the fleet. Huh. And swords. Like, I literally got all the swords and daggers except for certain condition ones. Like, all renovations, that's still a bit of a thing. That's a bit hard to do. Hunting quest and Viking sword. Also the Sword of Altair, but to get that you need to like complete all fleet missions. And considering that I still have 8 to do, like, wow. I think I'm currently on number 26, so that still wouldn't change anything. I still need to do 7 more, so that's ridiculous as heck. Renovation stuff, no, I couldn't do that because I was more focused on the Morgan than anything else. And contrary to what some believe, doing that is like a freaking send. And then you got other stuff like collecting items, like getting all the Templar maps and finding the items from them. Doing all assassin interceptions, finding all the Viking sword quest parts, completing all legendary battles, and completing certain fleet missions. Now, I didn't really go for the other outfits like so for this whole thing, mainly because I don't know, it seemed weird to do all these outfits. Maybe Edward, Connor, Ezio, and Altair would be interesting, or even the Assassin Killer, but Nah, I wanted to use outfits that I got. And besides the whole crafting stuff, one, I'm not doing the legendary battles. And for those that don't even know what that is, a legendary battle, it's basically in the North Atlantic. It's these very hard sea battles that you can't really see unless you're at the North Atlantic. But yeah, it's these tough sea, uh, you versus a ship kind of thing. You defeat all three, well, four, because I think there's a fourth one. But yeah, you defeat all four, and you have to make sure that the Morgan is like fully upgraded to have at least a chance. Because no matter what, like in Assassin's Creed 4, all legendary battles are like not a for sure thing to win, even if you max everything out. There is a for sure chance that you will lose without a doubt. And you really do not want to deal with that for, like, if you want to be careful and all that. So, if you're going to try to do it with no upgrade, you're instantly going to die. Like, even like a simple them crashing into you will instantly kill you. You would literally need everything maxed out and to plan smart and like be good at using every single weapon that's on the Morgan. And even then you're still gonna have to probably board the ship and take whatever's on it. Like, I would show you it, but I'd rather not do that unless all my weapons are upgraded. Which I was trying to do, but materials are a bit hard. The only other option was to go ahead to the North Atlantic and attack everything in sight. And take all their resources to the point that I could upgrade everything. Which I could technically do. I mean, the only thing I really need to worry about are, honestly, the heavy shots, the mortar, round shots, and explosive strength. Huh. That's 30,000, 6,000. Huh. Why'd you look at that? I would have had enough to actually buy all that, but the amount of metal I would need would be... Gosh damn. $1,200 and about 90 metal. Yeah, that would take a bit of time. And as I said previously, from when I first recorded the ending, yeah, that wasn't going to be a solid thing to happen. Like, the chances of me being able to do that while being away for Christmas and New Year was like short time. Try my best on that bit. And yeah, no. Nothing at all. But honestly, besides that little complaint on how things ended, probably could use the time to have went to go get some of the items that were there on the from the frontier, New York, and the North Atlantic. I could have easily done that. Hindsight's usually 20/20. But, yeah, besides that bit. So far, I have to say that Che is literally the slowest one I had to use. Because, really, he is hecka slow. Like, I'm not expecting him to, like, catch any Templar immediately. Like, going from point A to point B, like, in a snap of the finger. But when running with him, it's like... It's not like, the other assassins in the other games. Like, jeez, they could at least do something of a catch-up. Like... They wouldn't be too far behind, but they would be like close, a little more than halfway the distance between the amount of distance Shay has with one of my targets. Like, remember that lady that uses poisons and all that? At least it would be halfway the distance between Shay and her. But, yeah. Other than that, I gotta say that storyline, this thing was conflicting. Anyway, getting targets have been easier. The tools, all great if you upgrade them. And base and point, you should basically do hunting when given a chance on an island that has the material that you have. I mean, I've been doing that since starting this. Like, I made sure to stay up the island after the first video that I did on this game, and stay there to get all the beaver and deer that I could get. Making sure to check out the craft list and to add up the number to get the grand tool needed to upgrade everything for involving those animals. The only ones that I can say can be a bit tough would be the aquatic animals and some of the legend, like, rarer stuff to get, like black wolf and polar bear. Like, no matter what, only one of those spawn in. Usually for that, I just go to a synchronized point that's nearby, teleport there, and then run back to the hunting grounds where that animal is. For at least animals like the black wolf and the polar bear. Honestly, do that, it will save you time. They're not gonna spawn repeatedly like all the other animals. The only things, I think there's 2 more animals like that. Liquid something. And there was another one that's a land animal. I can't remember the name off the top of my head though. Maybe it was... No. I can't remember it on the top of my head. But it was annoying to get. Sometimes it's good to abuse the synchronized point when it comes to hunting. Be sure to do that. And you're going to be pretty much good when it comes to hunting. Now, territories and all that, and the case of money, it's like I said before. When I play Assassin's Creed 4, it was easier to get the materials, but harder to get money. But in this case, money was easier for me this time around. But then again, I used a weird system of stuff. Made sure not to really go for renovation, that's for sure. I mainly made sure to recapture land that belonged to someone else. And considering that there's a bit of that in New York and Frontiers or River Valley, mainly uh, getting these, being the HQs, all these green marks that were red, and also these be sure to get these where it holds materials, and be sure to do easy and normal as and medium. Like, the only time I would say get to hard is when you get a good bit of materials crafted and a large bit of armor gained. Otherwise, you're just going to be suffering a bit when it comes to the matter. Except for like fort bases. In that case, be sure to upgrade the Morgan. Because when doing River Valley, it was easier to get wood materials, so... And since you're going to be doing a lot of the main game doing River Valley, I say abuse that to the point that you can get a ton of wood and go to renovation spots that only require wood, paper, stone, and all that, while using the metal to upgrade like weapons and all that. That or just like upgrade the Morgan's boat system, raft stuff. It's the first thing I upgraded when it came to the Morgan. Upgrade the raft stuff, upgrade the cruise stuff. And if you keep doing that, it basically gets to the point that I eventually just start making tons of money and bam. Easy to get upgrades and all that. And be sure to get the higher tier stuff, and to frequently do the Kenway, no, not Kenway, the Cormac fleet, because that will give you some good money as well. If you make sure to do all these stuff, you're gonna have a good bout of money. The whole material thing is a bit rough. And until you get to like a certain level of stuff, like, let's see. I say the best example of when to get it is when I first showed the final form of the hull. Then I would say you should be able to go ahead and go to all the hard stuff. And be sure to make sure that your mortars are all but close to max out. Like, that will literally save you a lot, especially when it comes to ships that are coming in, and when you're dealing with a fort and ships at the same time. Mainly use the mortar to attack the forts. It helps. Other than that, Be sure to reclaim as much land as you can. Oh, and to get these types of places as well. They will offer you some money too. This house symbol, it's in the riverfront, the valley as well, so that will help too. So yeah. Basically, ugh, it's not even appearing. Basically, storage things and these house symbols. I think that looks like a house. But yeah, I actually can't see if that's a house. I am not wearing my glasses at the moment. Anyway, getting that and these storage housing places will make sure you have enough material to get some good stuff. And then eventually you'll want to come here if you want to get tons of metal. I don't know why the North Atlantic has more metal than River Valley. Might be because it's colder there and there was less, and people were less likely to mine for minerals, which would explain why there's a lot. I don't know. I mean, this one makes sense. Like, there's tons of nature and all that, and that is bound to be the reason why there's tons of wood here compared to the North Atlantic. Hard to really say it on that matter. Yeah. But that is basically what you should do when it comes to the matter. Now, overall, this game, honestly, best gear turnaround when it comes to the matter. Kinda actually disappointed that we never got this kind of stuff when it came to Connor, at the very least. Especially since he was, like, after Shay took over New York. So that's actually kind of disappointing. And, besides the gear being great, and as I mentioned, Shay's speed is, like, ridiculous. Only thing I can complain about in the story is that Arno and Shay never really met each other personally. I mean, we get a nod that they both exist around the same time period. But then again, when Arno becomes an adult, Shay's gonna be like freaking old man, like 60 something, maybe 70 years old. Can't really say for sure. But then again, Hatham was able to give Connor a run for his money, despite being I forgot how old he was when they fought, but he was in at the best of age back then in Assassin's Creed 3, and yet he was able to thoroughly kick our butts if you aren't careful enough. So this is honestly something to really think about. Anyway, What they said. Storyline, it was confusing. Because, honestly, they make it sound like everyone's an idiot. Because it made it sound like the assassins didn't care for what's going on around them, and that the Templars were, like, they cared, but in their weird, controlling way, which is in character, but the assassins, I don't know, they didn't feel like they were the assassins anymore. It felt like more they were greedy, not really thinking things out or anything. Heck, they didn't even keep order. They actually just went ahead and did a ton of chaos. Heck, if what was said was true, and the fact that they got actual criminals involved, like actual criminals, not like the thieves from Assassin's Creed 2 or anything like that. It was straight up like criminals and all that. So the fact that that is a thing is pretty shocking. But yeah, other than that bit of a complaint, everything seemed pretty fine. The open world was good. Seemed to kind of fit everything going on. Though, if I do have to make one thing about the whole open world thing, it was sometimes everything glitched out. Like, everything actually legitimately glitched. Like, in the worst possible way. Like, there were sometimes I had to either couldn't teleport or anything because of how Arno was positioned. And I honestly had to, like, restart the game. Like, actually close the application and just start it all over, just yeah, you know what I'm talking about, just literally turning off the station, turning it back on again, that kind of concept, but just pressing the home button and then just closing it. That is basically what I had to do here and there. Though I can say, it happened a lot less than in Unity. Yeah, it happened here and there in Unity. It was weird. Especially when I wasn't even recording. I mean, I could say the same here, but it was far less than Unity. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, this is really my advice and my review on Assassin's Creed Rogue. Like, I have to say that this game is pretty great, actually. Probably put it around the same level as Unity. It has its few flaws, but it seems to really be good. Really be good. The storyline for both games have a bit of a problem here and there, but it seemed to, not be bad, actually. Though it is a bit cringy here and there. That makes you go, what the fuck? Like, it gives that kind of reaction. At least to me, in that concept. Yeah, if there was a ranking system for the Assassin's Creed games, Rogue and Unity would be around the same tier. But yes, with this all said, hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope this it was a good series for you all. I'm gonna post up the next few games, or I already have, and be sure to check out the community page for that to help pick a game that's to come next. And for those that are going through the playlist and checking this video out first, be sure to enjoy the rest of the series. This is going to be the first video on top of the playlist. So, yeah. Anyway, hope you all enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!